A glorious Sunday here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We welcome you to Target Field. It is the home of the Minnesota Twins, and these Minnesotans are enjoying a nice run of fabulous weather the last few days. It has been a long time in coming. Mariners and the Twins wrapping up a 3-game series here. The Twins have won the first 2 ball games, and the Mariners trying to get one here behind Felix Hernandez. Happy Felix Day, everybody. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and a Root Sports crew on hand. Let's take a look at the lineups for today's ball game. The Mariners starting 9.
Lineups brought to you by Chevron this afternoon. James Jones has a base hit in 9 starts since coming up to the big leagues. That ties him with Alvin Davis, 1 away from the Mariner record, which is Edgar Martinez 10 straight games, so hopefully he'll get that today. Saunders with a home run in yesterday's game, had his 2nd home run, so he's swinging the bat better. Good to see him back in the lineup. Then it's Cano, Hart the DH, then it's Justin Smoke. Leads the Mariners with 10 doubles. He has 5 doubles from the left side, 5 doubles from the right side, so that's good to see from Justin. Then you have Seager, Ackley, Zunino back in the lineup today in the day game after a night game. That's interesting to see, hitting .243 overall. And then Brad Miller slowly trying to get out of his slump. He will round out the 9 for the Mariners. Take a look at Nolasco. Pitched a little bit better lately, but off to a tough start this year. That's the reason why his ERA is at 5.5 and 50 2/3. Just 34 strikeouts, has only walked 12 batters. Opponents, though, hitting .314 with 9 home runs off of Nolasco. Fastball will be 90-91. Will use a curveball as his out pitch. Also mix in a slider and a changeup. Not an overpowering pitcher. And a look at the defense for the Twins. Kubel will get the start in left field. Hicks in center. Parmalee is out in right. Escobar, the third baseman. Santana and Dozier playing up the middle. Joe Mauer is at first base, and Kurt Suzuki will do the catching for the Twins. Last outing for Nolasco was on Tuesday against the Red Sox. 6 innings, 6 hits. He pitched well, just gave up 3 runs. They were all earned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He threw 102 pitches.
Ricky Nolasco looking for his first win since April 24th at Tampa Bay. A 6-inning outing, 10 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Since that time, he's had a loss and 2 no decisions. Here comes James Jones to start it off, the pride of Long Island University in Brooklyn, New York, which also produced the great Hall of Famer Larry Doby. Mariners on a 4-game losing streak. They've lost 7 of the last 10 and got to start producing again. They had a very good run, Mike, as we well know. Runners in scoring position. There was a streak there where they were tearing it up, but that's not the case right now. The ball club 1 for 26 in this 4-game losing streak with runners in scoring position. First pitch is in there for called strike 1.
Well, and especially if you look at the way the Mariners have lost, 3 of those 4 games they've lost by a run, Dave. So that's 1 base hit here and there, and they could be in much better shape, but they need to get it going with runners in scoring position again. And I think more importantly, try to score some runs early, take the pressure off.
So the umpires there, Johnson, Basner, Vanover, and Hernandez. And this one popped up. Mauer has the play. 1 out. Bring up Michael Saunders, swinging the bat quite well here.
He had 3 hits in the first game of the series. Also had a walk, so he was on base 4 times. And then last night hit his 2nd home run of the season. Shot out to right field. It was over 400 feet. Started to square it up. Has a season average up to 253 now.
Hitting well. Yeah. And how about the fact that he's done so much better on the road? You make anything of that? I mean, 300 on the road, 095 and 13 games at Safeco Field.
No, not yet. I think you have to give that some time to play itself out. So we'll see as the summer goes on. Obviously, some of the ballparks that the guys have played in have been better ballparks to hit in, but I think you have to give that some more time.
Pitch there by Nolasco. Nolasco, free agent signee back in December. Let's look at Saunders. There's his splits.
Yeah, and I think too, for Michael, he got hot when he was put in that leadoff spot. And from what I can remember, that was on the road when all of a sudden he was in the lineup regularly. And here's another base hit out to right field. See if he'll try to get 2 out of it. He will.
He'll get at least 2 for sure, as Hicks will get back in. So a double for Michael Saunders, his 4th of the season. His hot hitting continues. 5 for 8 on this road trip.
But I think moving up in the lineup and getting to play regularly has been the difference for him. And Then he was hurt on the homestand again, and then he was back in the lineup now, hitting second behind Jones because Jones has really been swinging the bat well. But that's another solid line drive from Michael, able to split the gap out in right center field.
Brings up Robinson Cano, tied for 4th in hits in the American League, tied for 9th in batting average. Club leader in intentional walks as well. Among the leaders in the league, he's got 6. Velasco, the better part of his career from 2006 to 2013. With the Marlins, he went 81 and 72 as their all-time winner and all-time strikeout leader down there. Dodgers last year 8-3, 3.52 ERA.
And we were talking about runners in scoring position. Cano with runners in scoring position less than 2 outs, hitting .273 on the year. Let's see what he's done in his career here at Target Field. .375 average with 3 home runs. Just missed a home run in the first game of this series. Hit it off the top of the fence in left center field out by the bullpen.
Out near the 411. I mean, you can't. That's the deepest part of that of this ballpark. This after hitting one off the tape back home last week. 2-1.
Thinking about it on the ballparks in the American League where that would not have been a home run. And I think it's just here and maybe in Detroit. That'd be about it, right?
Yeah.
Yep, right out in there, top of the padding.
Popped it up. Shortstop Santana puts it away, out number 2. Here's a look at the wind, and it's blowing out towards left field.
I'll bring up Corey Hart. Corey had a double, hit it out to right center field yesterday. Corey overall runners in scoring position hitting .313 and with 2 outs .417. So he's come up with some clutch hits for the Mariners. See if he can get Felix a lead here in the first.
Runners in scoring position. The opening question to Lloyd McClendon said it's just a matter of relaxing pressures on the pitcher. So it's a matter of us having the right guy at the plate at the right time, and you've been through that.
Yep.
0-1.
And I think that's the reason why you look at some of your veteran hitters to get it done for you when you have these little struggles.
One for 9 on this series.
Corey Hart, a .333 hitter with a couple of home runs in his career off at Nolasco.
Sure would like to take advantage of some of the problems Nolasco's had in the early going here. He is tied with David Price, the most hits allowed coming into, actually second to David Price, most hits allowed coming into today's game, and also tied for second for the most earned runs with Jeremy Guthrie of Kansas City. He's given up 31 earners. 1-2.
Didn't miss by much. Good breaking ball. Looked like the curveball again, just off the outside corner at 80 miles an hour.
Nolasco, 6'2", 225 out of Corona, California. Be 32 years old a couple of weeks before Christmas. Michael Saunders at second, a 1-out double. Cano popped up. Now Hart trying to bring him in.
Well, these two have a little bit of history. 15 at-bats for Hart against Nolasco, 5 hits, 2 home runs. And so far Nolasco hasn't given in to him, hasn't thrown him a fastball, all breaking balls in this at-bat.
Drive deep to right field. Going back, and the catch is made by Chris Parmelee. Didn't get enough. 365 to the wall out there. Very hard, gave it a good ride. Came up empty. No score. Twins coming to bat. Well, you'd have to say the Weekend Arts and Crafts Project, a big success. King Felix on the mound here at Target Field. Let's take a look at the Minnesota lineup that he'll face this afternoon.
For manager Ron Gardenhire, leading off, it will be Brian Dozier. He's really done a lot of damage to the Mariners in this series. A 500 average with a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs. And Joe Mauer, again, hitting .424 off of Felix in his career. Plouffe, Parmelee, Suzuki, Kubel, Escobar, Hicks, and Danny Santana getting his first start of the series. He will round out the 9 for the Twins. For Felix on the year, 4-1 record, ERA just over 3, 60 strikeouts and 59 in the third. Opponents hitting .237 against Felix.
First pitch to Dozier. Off the plate for ball 1. What a first part of the season this guy's having. First in runs, third in walks, third in homers, second in double and stolen bases as he flies out to center field. Jones under it.
And the defense for the Mariners. Ackley in left, routine play for Jones out in center. Saunders in right, Seager at third, Miller and Cano playing up the middle. Justin Smoke, your first baseman tonight, and Mike Zunino, again caught last night, bouncing back to catch his day game today. Felix against the Rays, he beat them, ended up getting his 4th win. Had to throw 111 pitches to get through 6 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Didn't walk anybody. Had 7 strikeouts.
Good to see Felix rack up that win. It was his first since April 11th. He had 2, 3, 4 no decisions and a loss in between.
I think the other thing too is you look at the 4 runs that Felix gave up in that last outing. He pitched much better than that. He gave up those runs late, and he's had a couple of outings like that this year where he's pitching the 7th or 8th inning and giving up 2 or 3 runs late in the game. Rick Waite's the pitching coach, keeping an eye on him here early.
Perfectly placed. Kyle Seager on the spot, 2 down. I'm trying to remember the last time we saw a game with Minnesota. Bauer consistently pulled the ball. I mean, everything we've seen is going opposite field.
I'm not sure that we've ever seen a game like that where he's pulled the ball. He typically will hit the ball up the middle the other way. Now, they're similar in approaches with him and Cano. Cano has shown more power in his career, but their approaches at the plate are similar in that they will typically hit the fastball up the middle the other way, and if you throw them a bad breaking ball or change, if that's a pitch they normally will pull.
There's Trevor Plouffe DHing today. Boy, that got Felix's attention. A bullet over his head and out of the reach of Cano.
Looked like a fastball that was right in the middle of the plate. Take a look at it. He's going to hit this right at Cano, but it's just out of his reach. So he was positioned correctly. A solid base hit for Plouffe.
I like how Cano, when he got the ball back from the outfield, turned and looked to see if he could do a snap throw and get him at first. There's Chris Parmalee, the right fielder.
And watching the Twins in the first couple of games in this series, you had to believe with Felix on the mound that they were going to come out and be aggressive. It's a team that will walk a lot. They were second walk, second on base percentage, but against Felix, again, they usually change up their game plan. Teams typically don't want to fall behind Felix.
0-1 pitch. And it gets away from Zunino, and advancing down to second, it's Trevor Plouffe.
That'll be a wild pitch. Look at curveball in the dirt. Good read by Plouffe. This ball doesn't get too far away from Zunino. That is the curveball.
A wild pitch by Felix Hernandez. He's 0-2 here. Down low.
What a play Mike Zunino made last night on a strike him out, throw him out play. The ball was in the dirt and it bounced away from Mike, but he was able to get to it quickly and threw a strike to second.
On 2 strikes to Chris Parmalee. Runner at second, Trevor Plouffe.
Looks like he was still trying to find the changeup. Last few changeups he's been throwing, and throwing them into the dirt. And with Felix, as everybody knows by now, he throws a hard changeup. Doesn't quite have the feel for it. Some pitching coaches would say he throws his changeup with a lot of conviction, Dave.
It's been elevated a lot the last few
games
for him. Here's ground ball. Easy play for Cano. And the Twins are gone in the first. They leave Plouffe stranded at second. No scores. We go to inning number 2. King, he's got a new groove here. 70s edition t-shirt coming up on Friday against the Astros. A 7:10 start time for $35. Going to get a ticket, the retro t-shirt, and a K card. Safe Go Field. There's an old school Mariner cap. No scores. We start the second inning. Justin Smoke's going to lead it off for the Mariners, followed by Kyle Seager and Dustin Ackley. Mariners will have tomorrow off in Texas. Play a night game and a day game against the Rangers. Rangers start today a half game behind the Mariners in 4th place.
It's interesting with the Twins. They have the shift on for Smoke. And there's nothing unusual about that. Every club that the Mariners play against, they shift on Smoke. I was over on the radio side this morning with Aaron Goldsmith doing the magazine show, and we were talking about the different shifts. And I told him it's amazing to me because there's so much of it that we've seen, Dave. You and I have talked about it a lot. But the Twins, the only person they've done it to is Smoke. Yep. They play everybody else pretty much straight up. They may shade a little bit, but the only shift they put on is with Smoke hitting. Everybody else, they've played straight up, and we haven't seen that. We've seen shifts on a number of guys in the Mariner lineup. Seager and Corey Hart, they've done it to at times. So it's funny, they all get the same information, but it just depends on the manager and how they decide to use it.
3-0 here to Smoke. There's a strike. I'm getting to the point now I'm used to it. You see all this massive shifting. It's the old single wing in football, for crying out loud. Man, oh man, 3-1. On deck is Kyle Seager. A struggle for him. I think just 200 on the road. Three and two here to Smoke. Pop back up this way.
And a good pitch to hit. Looked like a cut fastball at 89 miles an hour. It was up probably middle in. There you see it. Just fouling it back. Had a good swing. Good aggressive swing on it.
.13-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to left field here. 69 degrees. Another beautiful day. 65 and mostly sunny yesterday. Mariners losing back-to-back one-run games here to the Twins. Smokes worked a walk here. Start the Mariners second. Beautiful day indeed. We got the All-Star game coming up here in July. That'll be a lot of excitement. All-Star game coming up on Tuesday, July 15th. Last time the Twins hosted the All-Star game, Phil Bradley was the Mariners representative back in 1985. I saw some video of that earlier.
Yeah, in the Metrodome.
Runner goes, slicing drive down the line. That is a foul ball.
And I think you could see with the wind, the spin on the ball, it was going to slice towards the line, but the wind blowing straight in from right field, I think pushed it far enough to make it foul. You can see the big screen out there. Looks like water coming down, like a misting machine or something, but it's a metal screen.
It's really nice.
Yeah, looks good.
They had a small footprint, and they put an outstanding stadium in it. It holds 39,504. They also keep you from, you don't have to geese at the garage. Hey, look at that thing. Looks like a waterfall.
I like it.
I'm in. I'm with you. Off speed pitch misses. 1-1. Seager hitting .264 at Safeco Field, 200 on the road, and looking for his first homer. Away from Safeco. .70 miles an hour. 1-2.
I don't remember Adrian Johnson, the home plate umpire, barking out his strike call the way that he is today. You can hear him all the way up here.
It's another stage in life. He's progressing. It's a process.
I like it. I like it when the umpires do that.
Let you know.
Yeah.
It's not third grade covering from little Johnny from cheating on him. Come on. Center field. Hicks is there. One out, one on. Now time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag MarinersFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown later in the game. Brought to you by AT&T. AT&T looking to buy DirecTV, one of the big financial headlines today. Here's Dustin Ackley. 0 for 4 yesterday. Tripled 2 nights ago. Scored a couple of runs. Brought the Mariners closer. 4-3 Minnesota yesterday, 5-4 on Friday night. Twins have won 3 consecutive games, each by a run. Could not check that swing. Your full volume umpires, Jim Joyce at the top of the list. Adrian probably creeping up there. I'm trying to think who else is out there. Dutch Rennert's retired. We had somebody recently that was pretty good. Ground ball, second base. High throw, and the speed of Ackley forced that high throw. Santana knew he had to hurry.
I think that he was a little casual coming across the bag, trying to get out of the way of Smoke when Smoke was breaking up the double play. And I think he looked up and saw Ackley busting it down, and then he tried to get on it and throws it high. Mauer having to come up off the bag at first, and Ackley runs hard, able to beat it out.
First time we're seeing Santana at shortstop. Escobar had been the shortstop the last 2 days. He's at third. He was taking a lot of ground balls yesterday before the game. There's Zunino swinging and missing. Go ahead 0-2. Ground ball to the shortstop, Santana. Flips to Dozier for the force, and that'll do it for the Mariners. No harm done. No score here at Target Field. All right, Angie, boy, that kid has put up some big numbers. 27, 28-year-old rookie Abreu. Sorry to see him go on the DL, as well as Gio Gonzalez, shoulder inflammation, Nationals pitcher. He's on the DL. Here's Kurt Suzuki. Kurt Suzuki, his third team in the bigs, bounces one down to Brad Miller. And he throws out the American League's second leading hitter to Victor Martinez. 1 out.
Felix with 3 ground ball outs here in the early going. It's a good sign for him. He's trying to get the ball down in the zone.
Here's Kubel, 3 for 22 career against Felix.
Mariners have the shift on for Kubel. Kyle Seager, the third baseman. He's over there by second base now. Standing by the umpire, Larry Vanover. That's Cano out on the outfield grass.
Felix with a 6-5 record against these Minnesota Twins career-wise. 2.07 ERA. 2-3 here in the state of Minnesota. Kind of games here and at the Metrodome. And the Target is 1-1 with a 1.69. Check swing, foul ball. Mariners start today. 3rd place in the West behind Oakland and the Angels. Pitch off the plate. Minnesota 2nd place in the Central. 6.5 off the pace set by Detroit. Strike 3 called. Kubel gone. Felix drops a breaking ball in there. That's his first strikeout.
Good curveball from Felix at 80 miles an hour. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Take a look at this curve. And a good look at our McDonald Supermo and the delivery from Felix on the curveball. Get right over the top of it. 12-6 curve. That's one of the things in his first 4 outings when he was so dominant. He had his curveball and his slider going along with the changeup.
Ackley backing up, got some sun to deal with. Wins the battle, and Felix a quick inning. 1, 2, 3, 8 pitches. No score here at Target Field. Up your hat game when you come to Safeco Field Friday, May 30th. It's Mariners Fedora Night. With 20,000 fans are going to take home a fashionable hat that both guys and girls can enjoy. Get tickets for the Fedora Night when the Mariners take on the Tigers at mariners.com. Here we go with Brad Miller leading off in the 3rd. 9-1-2, followed by Jones and Saunders. Bud McClendon, very funny Talking about Brad Miller, said, I got one scout says he's too upright. Another guy says he's too squatty. And Lloyd said, are you kidding me? What difference does it make? He needs a hit. He'll figure it out. I've been there. I mean, you've been there, too, in terms of how you have to make adjustments to get comfortable to take away the things that have been killing you to get back to the positive side.
It's all about getting yourself in a position to handle the pitches. And Brad and I have talked about it. He's talked about doing that right there where he's pulling off that front shoulder just coming out of there when he's trying to hit the ball at the middle of the left. And he just can't get himself in a position right now. And even if he does, he says it doesn't last very long. It's a couple of at-bats, then it goes back to it. So
it's up, it's down, is it narrow, close?
Yeah. This is an off-speed pitch, and you'll watch him swing, and he's really thinking more left center, but just out in front of it and that front shoulder pulling off of it. In fact, he told me that the ball that he's squaring up right now, he's hitting it foul. He's hitting it, pulling it hard foul, and that's anything close to him. He says he's having a hard time, and that's why we saw the other night when he hit the ball to left field and he's taking a couple of walks. But it only lasts for so long, and you just keep grinding on it until you finally find it and get some confidence going with what you're trying to do, and then all of a sudden you can handle it a little bit better. But the good news for Brad is we saw him do that a lot last year. He did it the entire spring. Was off to a decent start this year, and now he's just struggled.
The hand position plays a big part as well, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. Absolutely. And the other part with him is getting pitchers to throw pitches in the strike zone. He's an aggressive hitter, and he's recognizing that and not trying to hit everything.
Jones goes fishing. As Kurt Suzuki throws down to Mauer to complete the strikeout. 2 quick outs. Check out our Seattle City Light power play. Michael Saunders, second home run of the season last night.
And his final at bat last night hits it deep up over the stands. 403 feet on that home run for Saunders. He had 3 hits in the first game and then comes back with a home run yesterday. He's having a good series. 5 for 8 in the series. Started the game today with a double into right center field. So he's 1 for 1.
2 outs, nobody on here in the third. Breaking ball for a strike. Just the second time the Mariners are seeing Ricky Nolasco. Last time June 24 of 2011 in Seattle. At that time he was with the Marlins. Wow, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, struck out 4 in 7 innings in a Marlins loss.
It's interesting watching Nolasco. I was talking to Bert Blyleven this morning about him. He said, yeah, it looks like he's been pitching better as of late, and he says he has. And I said, what's been the difference for him? And he said that it's been more his fastball command working off the edges of the plate so that he can get to the good curveball and his changeup. And so far he's done an excellent job of mixing up his pitches. Right at 47% on his fastball. The rest off speed pitches.
Fastball, easy play. Kubel, easy inning for Nolasco. Moving along here in Minnesota, no score. Mariners and Twins. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Seattle City Light, visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. And by Jack in the Box, head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. Minneapolis Sculpture Gardens. But the big cherry is bunt attempted there by Aaron Hicks. The spoon and cherry sculptures. Got some Mariner fans here getting a chance to see King Felix in the great upper Midwest.
I think they called that a ball.
Really?
Yeah. And Felix asked Adrian Johnson to check with the third base umpire, and he just shook his head.
There's
Angel Hernandez as if he didn't see it. They did. They called it a ball. He clearly tried to bunt the first pitch.
And Adrian Johnson holding up his hand, left hand, saying, hey, 2-0. Wow. Eight, 9-1 here.
That was a really good pitch on the inside corner. You can see the first pitch. He tried to bunt, and even if he didn't, it was a strike. And then he didn't get the call on that last pitch.
This looks like the first inning of Felix's last start back home.
Let's see. Oh, he didn't. I don't think he took the bat back in time.
Curveball misses, 4-pitch walk, first of the day for Felix.
Felix's last outing, let's not forget, he was a little bit frustrated with the home plate umpire, and you could see him. Take a look at it. Felix wants him to check it. Adrian Johnson checks down, and Angel Hernandez in the meantime is having a conversation with the third base coach, and by the time he finally gets him to look, he looks at him and gives him one of the, no, I don't think I saw it.
No, but I got a good restaurant recommendation.
What?
That was the game, that last game for Felix, where he got run out of the game. He let Mark Rippinger have it.
Yeah. First time Felix has ever been thrown out. He was already out of the game. Lloyd McClendon had taken the ball from him, but yeah, he let him have it.
He got squeezed in that first inning.
Throughout the game.
Yep. Little dribbler. Felix, ooh, that's very close. He just got him.
That was a good play by Justin Smoke and Felix in his hustle. Felix, a good athlete, was able to get off the mound, and he outran Santana to first. That's close. Okay, and here comes Ron Gardenhire. So they're going to challenge this, I'm sure, because it looks like Santana on the replay. Maybe, oh, it's close. Wow, man.
My size 12 is better than your size 11. Ooh, no. Yeah, got him.
I think he's going to challenge it. Yeah. He's looking now, having a conversation with the first base umpire.
I like his
Toby
chances.
Basner, yeah. And it looks like he's going to challenge it.
Yep.
I think he's going to win it.
Yep, no doubt.
So Felix, in this inning, walks Hicks on 4 pitches, and it looked like 2 of them were strikes. One of them was for sure. He clearly tried to bunt, I thought, the first pitch, and then the other pitch was on the corner and didn't get the call. And now we have this play.
I think this will be a quick decision after they get that last view that we saw. Showing it here in Target Field.
And they're showing it on the big screen.
Try to get the oohs and ahs. Well, you know what the fans here at Target Field think. Very big crowd here today.
Here's another look at it. This is the same look the fans are getting. And they clearly think he was safe. Take a look and see if some of the air comes out of the base as he hits the bag, and you can see it right there. Yeah,
he got it. Waiting for the decision to come back from New York as they take a look at that.
see if they can overturn it, if that's enough, if that look right there is enough for them to overturn it.
Wow, that's an interesting look there.
Yeah, that looks closer in Felix's favor. This is the one. And it'll be an infield hit. An infield hit for Santana.
Danny Santana's aboard. Hicks to second. Nobody out. A very funky start to the third, the home third, and it brings up a very hot hitter, Brian Dozier. Dozier, the second baseman, first in runs, third in walks, third in homers, second in doubles, and fifth in home run ratio. That's how good he's been through the first 41 games for Minnesota. 2-on, nobody out.
He looked like he was bunting for a base hit. I don't think that was going to be a sacrifice. He squared around late. Kyle was playing a little bit behind the bag, and you can understand why. With the way Dozier's been swinging it, you would think Ron Gardner would like him to continue.
2 minutes and 3 seconds on that challenge. Felix ahead on 2. Dozier flied out to center. First time up. Struck him out. Beauty. Second strikeout by Felix. 1 out here in the third.
That's the good changeup that we've been looking for. Well located. Started at the knees, and then the bottom will fall out of it. He'll swing over the top of it.
Brings up Joe Mauer. Guys came armed. Mariner gear and the K's. Gotta like it. Joe Mauer grounded out the third in his first at bat.
Good pitch.
I thought it was a great pitch.
You can see it right there. And this is a situation. One of the keys to the game was Mauer's hitting, to have him hit without anybody on base in his career. A .424 hitter off of Felix with a couple of home runs.
.1-0 count. Breaking ball for strike. Good curve, 1-1. Pitch again. 1-2. Like Mauer might have been sitting on a breaking ball.
I think you're right. I think he was sitting on an off-speed pitch, because that was a fastball right down the middle.
Hicks at second, Santana at first. 1 out. And Cano, double play depth up the middle. Pitch to Mauer. Backed him off. 2-2. Felix trying to stop a 4-game Mariners losing streak here. They've lost 7 of the last 10. 2 games under 500. Minnesota at 21-20. Here's the 2-2. That's a wild pitch. Domingo keeps you from going in the dugout. Runners advance. Could have been 2 bases.
And that will be a wild pitch. Take a look at it. There's the changeup. He just spikes it. Hits out in front of the plate. If it hits that front edge, you can see the ball bounce up higher making it more difficult for Mike to keep it in front of him, but good hustle to keep it from going in the dugout. And the Mariners will bring their infield up. They've had a tough time scoring runs, and sometimes when you have second and third in these situations, you might play him back, get the out, and keep the inning to a minimum. And that's what he's going to do now. Lloyd's going to back him up.
2 wild pitches today, 5 for the season. Pitch to Mauer, strike him out. Go down to first. 2 down here in the third. That's a big K.
It looks like Felix goes right back to the changeup again. He does. This one bounces off the plate, just skips off the plate, so Zunino able to keep it in front of him.
First 2 men reach, next 2 strike out. Felix going to try to get out of it here against Trevor Plouffe, who's single to center, a hard smash up the middle. Minnesota. It's Trevor Plouffe having a day. 2 for 2. He's driven in the first 2 runs of the ball game. Twins with an early lead.
Looks like he gets a slider right off the end of the bat and just dumps it into the outfield. Didn't hit it hard. Probably breaks his bat on that slider. The pitch just off the plate away. But he will pick up a couple of RBIs and give the Twins an early lead.
RBIs 26 and 27. Plouffe. The walk comes back to haunt. Was Parmalee grounded out to second. Strike 1, outside corner. High fly ball, left center field. Jones, Ackley will be Ackley on the track. Long ride there by Parmalee as Twins get 2 runs on 2 hits. A wild pitch, no errors, and a man left. 2-0 Minnesota. Bud McClendon talking about Nick Franklin earlier in the day, said if he's going to be here, he's going to have to move around. He's been playing multiple positions at Tacoma. Swinging a pretty good bat. There's Cano to lead it off. And for your edification, Mr. Blowers and everybody else, the Oakland Athletics 9, Cleveland 2, top 6 at Cleveland. My goodness.
Hot is an understatement when you talk about that club.
Oakland Athletics won 8 of their last 2 and 8 of the last 10.
They have to be well out in front, runs scored as far as the American League goes.
When we were there a couple of weeks, they were what, plus 67 or something like that?
Something like that. Run differential.
So Velasco pitching with a 2-0 lead is 3-0 to Cano.
We'll take a look at it. Looked to me as if he tried to bunt it. They asked for some help. Angel Hernandez is over at third. They don't get the attention right away. He's talking to the third base coach, and then you can see him right there.
Safe.
Looks to me like he's just throwing his arms out to the side.
3-1 to Cano, leading off here. And a solid line drive up the middle.
Good start.
Second hit for the Mariners.
Second time they've had the leadoff runner on. Smoke in the second inning, led off with a walk. Bring up Corey Hart. Corey hit the ball hard with Smoke. Or excuse me, with Saunders out at second base. Hit it out to right field. Caught up against the wall. Parmalee, the right fielder, made the catch.
In tight to Curry, ball 1. Good count here for Corey. Three-0.
Back-to-back hitters where he's falling behind a 3-0 count. Cano to lead the inning off and eventually ended up getting a base hit. And now hard as you look at Justin Smoke waiting on deck.
Mariners try to create some offensive opportunities. They've been few and far between. It's a little bit of a run they're on right now, losing 4 in a row. That's a good start here. First 2 men have reached. Base hit and a walk. Second walk issued by Nolasco. And when you take your kids to Safeco Field Sunday, May 25th, you're going to flip their lids, because not only will they catch great Mariners baseball, they'll also pick up a sweet Mariners cap. It's free to all youngsters 14 and under, thanks to Aquafina. Grab tickets for the whole family at mariners.com. Chance to do a little cha-ching here for Mr. Smoke.
If the base runner's on, they can't put their normal shift on that they've been using against Smoke. Open up a few more holes on the right side of the infield.
Speed pitch in there for strike. Fastball away, 1-1. Velasco starting the day and allowed the second most hits in the American League, and tied for second for the most earned runs given up. Big foul. Very pleasant day here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and these fans are enjoying it. Few puffy clouds, blue sky above. They start the festivities. A PA announcer says, "Welcome to outdoor baseball."
We are seeing a lot of breaking balls from Nolasco.
Your smoke, what are you sitting on here? 2-2.
I think you just have to look out over the plate and adjust to whatever he's going to do. He's done such a good job of mixing up his pitches. It'd be tough to sit on any one pitch in a 2-2 count. Fastball down the middle.
Line drive. Handled by Parmelee. Cano tags.
That's funny.
Gets the third.
Parmelee went to throw it to third and dropped it behind him. Good base running from Cano. Unfortunate for Smoke, who hit it hard. He's laughing at himself.
One out, runners at the corners. Seager fly to center's first time.
The last couple of games, these are the situations the Mariners had won the first series and then the first game of the series and then last night.
Corey Hart takes off, and he's in the second with a stolen base. Corey Hart 2 for 2.
Good time to steal it. Takes a double play out of the equation. And it looks like Corey pulled a hamstring.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Rob Nodine, assistant head athletic trainer, Lloyd McClendon, going to go out. He had a funky slide and roll.
I just watched him when he came up on his pop-up slide. He came up and instantly you could see something was wrong, and that's a hamstring. Here, we'll take another look at it. Yeah, he's calling for timeout right away.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, about halfway down there, it grabbed him. And the most unfortunate part about it is Suzuki wasn't going to make a throw. He was going to let him have it for free. Oh, boy. Well, the Mariners certainly don't need that. But the Mariners in game one and again last night, runner on third with less than 2 outs. They weren't able to get the runner in. Something that they've really done a good job of for the most part. And if you're struggling to hit with runners in scoring position, it'll be Stephen Romero taking over for Hart. You want to pick up those free ones.
Stephen Romero will man the DH spot now.
I think Kyle has an 0-1 count. And the Twins will play their infield back. Put the ball in play and pick up a run here.
One pitch to Kyle. Center field. Here comes Hicks. That ball slicing on him. He won't get it. Romero had to go halfway. Scoring is Cano. Mariners on the board now. 2-1 ball game. RBI for Seager, his 23rd.
There was nothing that Romero could do on that. Hicks has a lot of speed. We'll take a look at this. This ball will slice away, jams him a little bit, and it'll slice away from Hicks, but it was too close. You couldn't tell if he was going to be able to make the catch or not, and you have to be safe, especially when you're behind. Take a look at Romero. He sees it, thinks maybe, and then by the time he realizes it's going to hit, you can see Cano was tagging up. So they're still in a good situation as they pick up a run.
Here's Ackley. Seager with a dive is back safely. Ackley reached on a fielder's choice. Second inning. Seager 2 out of 3 at base stealing. Nolasco keeping him close. Ball one.
the same situation when Corey Hart was at first. He stole, and they weren't going to make a play at second. You wonder if maybe Kyle will try it. Again, just trying to stay out of the double play and get yourself in scoring position.
Ackley takes a strike. Count even at 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And back is Seager.
Watching the way McClendon, it looked like he was telling the third base coach, Rich Donnelly, to tell Kyle to get a bigger lead.
Oh. 3-1 count. On deck hitters Mike Zunino. Play Ackley straight away. 3-1 pitch. In there for strike. Counts full. Romero at third, Seager at first. 3-2 here to Ackley. And he strikes out. Second strikeout from Alaska.
We talked about it throwing a lot of breaking balls on a 3-2 count. He goes with another breaking ball down out of the strike zone. Mariners 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position this afternoon. Came into the game hitting .248 as a team with runners in scoring position. Zunino hitting .261 overall with runners in scoring position. So see if he can come up with a base hit with 2 outs.
Looking to cash in. They went 0 for 6 last night. Strike 1 to Mike. Cano with a single to get it started. Hart walked. Stole second, pulled a hammy, had to leave. Smoke lines out, RBI single Seager. Ackley caves. Runner at third, Romero will hold. Down to second goes Seager.
Another breaking ball. He's throwing a punch on him.
Second and third now. 2 outs, 1-1 to Zunino. Off the end of the bat, might come back. The grass helped him.
It was trying to.
We saw that one at home a couple of years ago. I can't remember who did it, but we saw one come back in.
I've seen it before. And as a hitter, you think it's automatically going to be foul, and by the time you decide to run, it's too late. Nothing you can do about it.
Can't be anything worse than going back in the dugout on that one, right?
Yeah, it's a bad feeling.
Yeesh. If Mike can get one on the barrel, find a spot out there, base hit, put the Mariners in front. Seager at second, Romero at third, and 1-2 to Mike Z. Good job by Suzuki. 2-2.
He's getting a workout today with all the breaking balls that Alaska was throwing.
Alaska, the former Marlin and Dodger. First year here with Minnesota. 2-2 pitch to Zunino with 2 on, second and third. Do it again. Right off the mask shoulder, Kurt Suzuki.
This will be the 28th pitch of the inning for Nolasco.
2-2 to Zunino. Full count. All right, Miller's on deck. Zunino, the sixth man to the plate here. Top of the fourth. Trying to put the Mariners in a lead here. 3-2 pitch. Outside, they're loaded up. Ball four.
Third walk for the Mariners. Give Brad Miller a chance to drive in a few runs. Brad grounded out to second his first time up.
Let this be the slump busting moment. Why not?
It's going to happen. Why not now?
Rick Anderson, right of Everett, Washington. The pitching coach is out to speak to Nolasco's. Brad Miller thinks about his situation with Romero at third, Seager at second, and Mike Zunino at first.
Nobody throwing in the Twins bullpen. It's been a long rest for Felix sitting in the dugout. 72 pitches overall for Nolasco.
Brad, first time, third inning, led off with a ground out to second base. It's a strike.
Twins play him straight up on the infield and the outfield.
Oh, 1 here to Brad. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Hit foul. Look out.
Two fastballs right at the top of the strike zone.
Right now, advantage Nolasco. He's ahead 0-2. 2 out, bases loaded. Suzuki's been as busy as any hockey or soccer goalie back there here in the first 4 innings.
One of the things that we really appreciated about his work in Oakland was that, keeping the ball in front of him.
Go through the signs one more time. Here we go, 1-2. Strike, 3 call. Wow. Mariners get 1, leave them loaded. 2-1 ball game. Minnesota on top. got some breaks that didn't go Felix's way. Looked like a strike all the way, didn't it?
It did. Felix wanted some help. Home plate umpire didn't call it a strike. And then this originally ruled an out. But play was challenged, and you can see they overturned it. And then here, this little breaking ball off the end of the bat, flare into right center field, cost Felix a couple of runs.
Trevor Plouffe with that 2-run single. And here we go now, home fourth. Kurt Suzuki, Jason Kubel, Eduardo Escobar, 5, 6, and 7. Suzuki first time up, grounded out to shortstop. Breaking ball for a strike. Mariners get a run on 2 hits, leave them loaded in the top half of the inning. Another good fastball, 0-2. Good athlete. Suzuki is retired. A fine play by Felix Hernandez bouncing off that mound.
We'll take a look at it. Barehanded play, gets rid of it quickly, and that's a pretty good fastball to smoke at first to get him by about half a step. Good play by Felix. No stride, no nothing. Just get rid of it quickly. All arm. Good play.
One out here in the fourth brings up Jason Kubel. Felix's first strikeout victim. He's got 3 on the afternoon thus far.
And the Mariners put the shift on again.
On 1 to Kubel. Kyle Seager's there. 2 outs. Quick 2 outs for Felix in the fourth. He's a 5-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winner, and on Saturday, May 31st, he's going to become a Mariner bobblehead for the first time. It's Robinson Cano bobblehead night. Mariners take on the Tigers at 7:10. This collectible is free to the first 20,000 fans through the gates. Thanks to the folks at Root Sports. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. Eduardo Escobar, third baseman, and shortstop the last couple of days. Danny Santana manning the shortstop position today. Trevor Plouffe getting half the day off. He's regular third baseman. He's DH.
Hey, that's the one you want.
Nice pitch, 1-2. Off of Seager's glove, infield hit. Fourth hit today for Minnesota.
He just slaps it the other way. Kyle, a little bit of a dive, goes off the thumb of his glove, it looked like. If he would have been able to catch it, he would have had to been able to get up quickly to make the throw across the diamond. Escobar can run, and will be an infield hit.
Aaron Hicks, the hitter, he walked back in the third to lead things off, came around and scored on the Plouffe RBI 2-run single. Two runs for the Twins in the third inning. Mariners come back with a run of their own in the top of the fourth with this 2-1 score here. Breaking ball for strike. Foul ball gets by Smoke. 0-2. The Mariners come up in the 5th. Be the top of the order. Jones, Saunders, and Cano.
Felix is working hard trying to keep Escobar close to the base. Give Mike Zunino every chance to throw him out if he tries to run.
Escobar 1 for 2 in stealing. Just out of the glove of Zunino. Two. Ground ball. Cano. And he throws him out. Harmless single in the 4th. 2-1 Minnesota. Coming up, let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Day off tomorrow in Texas. Play the Rangers Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, and come home for the longest homestand of the season. Looking forward to that with Houston, the Angels, and the Tigers coming down, and they had their big race in it. Was won. Skeeto and Babe the Ox. It was Skeeta by a hair. That's right. Bio wasn't mine. It's by a stinger, not by a hair. As Jones did commit, says Adrian Johnson. 0-2. Jonesy today fouled out the first and struck out. Ricky Nolasco signed with the Twins back in December. 31 years old, out of Corona, California. Marlins pitcher. 81 and 72. 1 year with the Dodgers. 8 and 3. That was last year.
Well, he is at 80 pitches now. He's had to throw a lot of pitches to work through 4 innings. Nobody out here in the 5th.
Mariners had him on the ropes in the 4th, loaded him up.
Yeah, Mariners 1 run on 3 hits. They've left 5 on.
Gardenhire, 13-year manager, 6-time Central Division champion. 0-2. Hit hard, smothered there by Mauer. And a pitcher delinquent in his pitcher's fielding practice. Base hit, James Jones.
Well, they'll probably give Mauer an error, would be my guess. But you're right. Velasco, he saw that he was going to lose the race, too. He just quit. There he is. Mauer kicks it, goes to flip it, and by then Velasco knows he's going to lose the race, and he just pulls up. They will give him a base hit. Good.
Good for Jones. He's now recorded a hit in each of his first 10 big league starts.
Ties a Mariner record with Edgar Martinez.
It's at 1987. Good for the young man. He's the tying run. Here's Saunders looking at a strike.
Michael 1 for 2. Had a double in the first inning, flew out the left. Having a good series, 5 for 9 in the series.
We're talking about Miller's mechanics. What about his mechanics of late?
Michael? It really hasn't changed much. He's gone back and forth a few different times over the years, but he looks like he's back to doing what he basically came to the big leagues, and they're squared up at the plate. You know, he's always had that forward press with his bat, which I think at times has caused some problems for him. But he's such a good athlete. As long as he's aggressive in the strike zone, good things typically happen for him. See that forward press?
Jones 1 for 1 in base stealing thus far.
Big thing with Michael, too, and we've seen this over the years, is with that forward press, they try to pitch him inside a lot. And as long as he can lay off of that pitch just off the plate in, he's usually pretty good out over the plate.
Jones back. Twins scored first, 2-run single by Trevor Plouffe with 2 outs in the 3rd. Mariners come back with a run in the 4th and an RBI single by Kyle Seager. You got your fastest man probably in the organization at first, and a pretty hot hitter in Michael Saunders here. Let's see what happens. Two balls, 1 strike. Right away in the outfield for Saunders. Infield double play depth. 2-1 pitch. Jones takes off. Pitch, half swing, throw by Suzuki. Not in time. Second stolen base for James Jones.
And the smart stolen base. He steals on an off-speed pitch. As a hitter, that's what you're trying to do. You can see that slider that was down and in. And then he dives in to second base, always going for the outside corner of the bag, making the longer tag for the shortstop.
RBI waiting for Mr. Saunders, who has a 2-2 count.
Mariners 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position this afternoon.
Outside, full count. Time called.
Velasco now at 86 pitches, 54 strikes. Cano waiting on deck. He had a base hit his last time.
Corey Hart, left hamstring strain, going to be reevaluated tomorrow in Texas. Corey had to leave after stealing a base in the 4th. Romero took his spot in the batting order as the DH. Line drive down into the corner. Jones will score easily. Saunders has a play in front of him. And he's going to go for 3. And here's the throw to third, not in time. RBI triple. Michael Saunders, tie ball game at 2-2. For Saunders, his second triple of the season. RBI number 10.
Have a series. Just like another off-speed pitch, but it's out over the plate. They're trying to go inside. He doesn't get it there and basically throws it right into Michael's strength as he hits it down into the corner. What a series he is having. 6 for 10 in this series.
Home run last night along with a sacrifice fly. 3 for 4 in the first game Friday night. Good stuff. Here's Cano. Nobody out. Tie score, chance for the lead. Another fine stop by Suzuki. Ball 1.
Yeah, he's hit for the cycle in this series. Has an outside chance today. Already has a double and a triple.
Cano 1 for 2 with the run scored thus far. Fly ball deep to center. Plenty to score. Saunders. Hicks all the way back. Loses his footing. It's off the fence. Cano to second. And he'll hold there with an RBI double. Mariners lead 3-2. Cano, RBI number 24, his 10th double.
And the Mariners now 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Take a look at this swing. A lot of power out to center field. The wind starts to knock the ball down and push it away from Hicks. Again, blowing straight in from right. And when he turned around, he misplayed it. Didn't expect it to turn away from him that much. But the Mariners will take it as Saunders scores and Cano ends up with a double. He's 2 for 3.
Wind coming in from right, pushing everything towards the left field foul pole. And you can see a great example of it right there. Here's Romero, his first plate appearance. Inside. Ball 1.
We saw a little bit of that on the base hit by Kyle Seager when he drove in a run in the 4th inning. It was a ball out to center field, and as it started to die, it really started moving towards left center field in a hurry, and Hicks wasn't able to make the catch on that one.
High fly ball, right field. Armley getting under it. Cano tagging and bluffs, and he'll hold. Cutoff man Santana cuts it off there. 1 out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. So Lloyd McClendon's crew ahead now 3-2 here in the top of the 5th.
Have some action out in the pen for the Twins. Anthony Swarzak, the right-hander, getting loose.
Smoke a walk and a line out to right. Ball 1. Infield hit. RBI triple, RBI double. Here in the inning for the Mariners. Strike Smoke 1-1.
Pretty strong wind too. I thought when Cano hit that ball, he hit it out of the ballpark. I think he did too.
Yeah, just start pushing it
and knocking it down.
Yeah. Off the fist, popped up. No play. See the wind coming in hard from right field, going over to left field. Ball and 2 strikes here to Smoke. Cano at second. See if Velasco can get there. Just got him. A 4-1 put out. 2 outs and Cano to third.
I'll give Justin some credit. He knows that he hit this into the shift. Dozier, the second baseman, playing well out onto the grass, and Nolasco wasn't able to get over there when Jones was running to start the inning, so Justin trying to beat him there, thrown out by a step.
Nolasco catching his breath.
I'll bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle with a base hit. He drove in a run his last time up. 1 for 2.
But a struggle for him. 1 for 9 here in this series. First time up, fly to center. One from Nolasco. 6th man to the plate here in the 5th inning. Dribbled foul. What do you hang his troubles on right now?
With Kyle, again, we've talked about it before. He has that timing mechanism with that stride of his, and sometimes if your timing's off of that, you're not going to get your hands in the right position, and something he has to work on all the time. He had it for a little while, a good stretch for about 2 weeks where it looked like he was really hot and driving the ball.
Houston saw enough of him.
Good point.
Inside.
But you have to get those hands back, and sometimes with Kyle, he doesn't have a lot of movement, and you don't need a lot, but you have to have something, and sometimes I think he carries his hands with him.
He's got a 2-1 count. Plenty of heroics a couple homestands ago against Houston. Like he had broken out of it. 2-1. Off speed pitch, foul off.
It is interesting, especially early in the season when you look at numbers and Kyle's success at home this year as opposed to what he's done on the road. And all 6 of his home runs coming at the ballpark, Safeco Field. So, we'll see. Howard Johnson continues to work with him. Kyle, though, at one point, let's not forget, he was down there where Brad Miller is now. He was hitting in the 150 area.
No doubt.
Made a good charge, got his average up, and now he's been struggling a little bit. He'll get it going again.
Slicing drive. Hicks has to retreat, giving a lot of ground, going back, reaches up and makes the play.
Sometimes you hit it like that for an out, Dave.
Indeed. RBIs by Saunders. Ties it. RBI by Cano gives the Mariners the lead. Hicks, one of the bright young center fielders in the game, runs that one down. Mariners lead 3-2. Fifth for Felix Hernandez. RBIs by Saunders and Cano. James Jones got it started with an infield hit. Stole seconds and scored on the RBI triple by Saunders. Bunt attempt hit foul. Led by Danny Santana. Reached on an infield hit. Bang bang play at first. Ron Gardenhire challenged, and the out call was overturned. So Gardenhire in the season, 7 challenges and 4 have been overturned.
You know, one of the things when we're talking about Kyle and hitting, Dave, the other thing too is it's difficult, and that's why sometimes you'll hear Lloyd McClendon talk about it, certainly Howard Johnson, but because a guy's not getting hits doesn't necessarily mean something's wrong. And you look at Kyle, I think it's a good example of that today. He lines out to the center fielder his first time up, gets his base hit, and then he hits that ball, which hits it 410 feet for an out. You know, so sometimes it may seem like things aren't going particularly well, but if you're hitting it hard, that's about all that you can do.
Yep.
And you don't want to make any changes. That was one of the things that Brad was talking about early on, that he hit some balls hard and wasn't getting any hits and was trying to do too much after that. Hit it even harder. As you take a look at this strikeout by Felix, good fastball, throws it by him. So it's you really have to look at the guys, and it's more than just one game, or you look at the week. How many times did they hit it hard? Maybe there isn't anything wrong. They're just hitting in some poor luck.
4th strikeout for Felix. He's walked 1. That walk did score. Goes back in the 3rd. Top of the order, here's Brian Dozier. 0 for 2 today. Fly to center, struck out. A couple of men aboard. That was in the 3rd.
That way.
1-1. Houston leads at home against the White Sox 8-1, bottom 5. See Houston next homestand. This kid gets on another pitch up and around his eyes. How about his handling of the high pitch this series? That has been remarkable. Back to first. They make him scramble back. Let's check in with Angie Menta. He's been a good hitter. 5 hits in the series, 5 for 11. Let's look at Joe Mauer now. Mauer 0 for 2. The ground out to 3rd and a strikeout. Mariners have held him in check to this point. Felix with the lead. 1-1 to count. Texas and Toronto, no score, bottom 3 down in Arlington, and bottom 1 in Anaheim. The Rays and Angels, no score. Oakland pounding Cleveland 12-3, top 8 in Cleveland. Bouncing ball.
Good
There's
play.
1. There's Cano for 2. Yes, sir. Doctor's orders, baby. 5-4-3 double play inning over. Mariners lead 3-2. Motors. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Bellevue at mercedes-benzofbellevue.com. By Vern Fonk Insurance. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man. Vern Fonk Insurance. And by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Happy sunny Sunday wherever you're watching this ball game. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew here at Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mariners have a 3-2 lead thanks to fifth inning RBIs by Saunders and Cano. Ricky Nolasco, his day is done.
5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Had 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. He threw 100 pitches.
Anthony Swarzak takes over. First pitch to Ackley fouled off.
Swarzak, his 16th appearance on the year. He's struggled coming out of the pen here in the early going. ERA over 5. Has 12 strikeouts and 9 walks in 21 innings. Hasn't given up a home run this year.
Back up the middle. Solid smash by Ackley. Dustin 1 for 3. 7th Mariner hit. Bring up Mike Zunino. Face Swarzak with a man aboard. Swarzak out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Born there, still lives there. 28 years old, 6'4", 209. High strike to Zunino. Mike today reached on a fielder's choice and walked. Looking for that first knock here in the series.
About a ground ball through the right side of the infield.
A lot of room.
Yeah.
A lot of room.
With Ackley at first base, he should be able to get around to third. First and third.
Here we go.
2-1. Swarzak came up with the big club in 09. Became a pro back in 2004. Went 3-7 09. Since then, 4-7, 3-6, and 3-2 into 2013. Second round pick, first year draft in 04. Runner goes, and a pitch fouled off. 2-2.
Hit and run, pitch up out of the strike zone, but your job as a hitter is to protect the runner, and that's what Zunino did as he fouled it off. It was not a straight steal from Ackley.
The dribbler. We get the runner down to second. Suzuki throws out Zunino. Suzuki, some good hops behind the plate. Get ready to throw on your throwback Saturday. The Mariners and Astros, they're turning back the clock to 1979. Come on out, wear your far out and funky uniforms and gear from the 70s. Join in on the fun. Come dressed in the bell bottoms and the polyester shirts. Groove on over to Mariners.com for tickets. Brad Miller struck out, bases loaded last time up. That was in the third when the Mariners scored for the first time on an RBI by Seager. First time up for Brad, rounded out the second. Ackley at second base, 1 out.
Mariners 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position this afternoon.
Right down the middle. Couldn't catch up to it. 0-2. Oh, 2 strikes. Everywhere we go, we see some Mariner fans. And that Seattle Rainiers gentleman on the left with that cap. Two and two. It's always one leather lung in the crowd. Ackley at second, 2-2 pitch coming. Full count.
He has just gone right after him. All those pitches that you saw, they were all fastballs, 91 to 93 miles an hour.
Jones on deck. Payoff here to Brad. Dad and son at the game. I remember those days. 3-2. And Brad Miller's aboard. Board with a walk. And the Mariners get back to the top of the order. 1 out, 2 on.
And that will bring up Jones. 1 for 3. Scored a run. Also has a stolen base in the game.
Scored on the Saunders triple in the 5th inning after stealing a base. Tied the score. And Cano drove in Saunders for the lead. Jonesy's accomplished a lot of things across the board. He's got his first double, got the first hit, obviously, triple. That first ding dong, looking for one.
Want him to turn the wind around. I like it.
2-1.
I like to see the guys hit the ball out of the ballpark, but I think with Jones, I think the triple is more fun to watch.
You're like Gap City and just watch it. Get the stopwatch out.
Hit one out into right center and watch him run.
He's brought some sizzle to this ball club. 2-2. Men aboard, 1 out. Swarzak in relief of Ricky Nolasco. And Jones 1 out, trying to pick up some more runs for the Mariners, who lead by 1.
Putting up a fight. Nolasco had to throw 100 pitches to get through 5 innings. And now you have Swarzak. He is at 20 here in this inning. Still just 1 out.
Temperature's risen to 72 degrees. Weathermen nailed this one. They said it was going to be in the 70s today here in Minneapolis. Time granted.
Good eye. That was a close pitch.
Sure was. Good at bat here. They can cash it in. 3-2 pitch coming up. Ackley started the inning with a solid single to center. Zunino, a little dribbler in front of the plate, moved Ackley down to second and walked to Miller. 3-2 to Jones. Ball 4, bases are loaded for Michael Saunders, the hottest hitter the Mariners have.
What a good at bat from a young hitter. He took some close pitches, fouled a number of tough pitches off, and Ron Gardenhire, he's going to make a pitching change.
Saunders and Cano and Romero still to come. Gardy coming out. His team trailing 3-2, and the Mariners threaten with the bases loaded. Leash from the rules of wireless restrictions.
Get a base hit by Saunders down into the corner. See Jones coming around to score. That will tie the game up. What a series Saunders is having. That base hit, that triple, gives him 6 for 10 average here in the series. And then Cano, looked like he may have hit a home run at dead center field, but the wind catches it, pushes it away from the center fielder Hicks. It hits on the warning track, a double for Cano, and it gives the Mariners the lead as Saunders comes in to score.
He gave it that home run look. I mean, he must have felt good coming off the bat.
It sounded like it. I thought it was when he hit it. And you could see the urgency that Hicks was running back to the wall. Those guys know more than anybody, and all of a sudden it really fooled him.
And he took the proper route, and then the wind just pushed it about 10 feet away from him. Nowhere to put Saunders here. Bases are loaded.
Michael, sorry, Dave.
I was going to say Ackley at third, and then at second he got Miller. Jones at first, and you saw Cano go over and speak with Ackley.
I did when they made the pitching change. Thielbar, who faced Ackley earlier in the series, so Cano went over to Ackley, who was on third while he was getting loose, and got a scouting report. So Saunders joined in on it, and I like that. You have a team, and you have the scouting reports, and you'll get that from your hitting coach. But if you have somebody that's actually seen him in a series, they'll go ask and see what his fastball looks like. As you look at Thielbar, 18th appearance on the year, a 4.38 ERA. Opponents hitting .250 off of him. But just try to get a little bit more information if you can.
He pitched a third of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned on Friday. And tight off the plate to Saunders.
Again, Saunders 6 for 10 in the series.
And he's ahead 2-0. So this is a big moment with Cano on deck. Bases loaded, 1 out. High fly ball. Right center field. Ackley, great speed.
Wind again.
Parmalee hangs with it. There's a throw to the plate, not in time. Throw down to second. Got him! Oh, brother!
Run will count.
Saunders picks up another RBI. 4-2 Mariners. It has been an issue. My goodness. They just drop it. Mariners, 2-run lead. Certainly a very disappointing end to the top of the 6th.
That was a mistake by Brad out at second base. And then getting too far away from the base. Sometimes you'll run and hoping to make the guy cut the ball if you think there's going to be a play at the plate. So maybe Brad was thinking along those lines. But he ends up getting thrown out going back into second. Oh, that's a tough play. Wow.
Backhand throw and gets Trevor Plouffe.
That is a really good play. That is an in-between hop with a lot of top spin, and that will eat you up as a third baseman. Sometimes you just don't have time to get your feet moving. And Kyle decided to go with a drop step and able to pick it cleanly on the backhanded side. But a good play from Kyle, shaking his head a little bit. Oh, I know the feeling. Yeah, sometimes you're a little surprised when it actually goes in your glove, too. But what a good play by Kyle. See Kyle take that drop step real quick, almost catching it behind him. Then the strong throw across the diamond. But that one's a tough one as a third baseman.
How big a relief is when you feel it right in a sweet spot in that pocket.
Oh, it's great. Because you know almost instantly you're in no man's land, and they have a good chance for that ball to eat you up. But Kyle, good hands, is able to make the play for Felix.
Felix now with a 2-run lead, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 7 left for the Mariners. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 left for Minnesota. Parmalee, last time up, sent Ackley to the track in left center field. Have a play. 2-2.
Fields in good shape with his pitch count. Next pitch will be 70 for him.
3-2 here to Parmalee. Long run for Seager, no play. Felix today 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Twins got their runs. 3rd inning, 2-run single by Trevor Plouffe with 2 outs. Line drive right at Ackley. 2 down here in the 6th. Ride with all your fans on Sound Transit and enjoy freedom from traffic and parking. Plan your next trip. Visit soundtransit.org.
Hopefully the Mariners over the next couple of days will get some good news on Corey Hart. Strained hamstring in the 4th inning, had to come out of the game. Romero went in for him, stealing a base, so hopefully he was able to catch it before it was too bad.
Bouncing ball foul. Meanwhile, down in Tacoma, Nick Franklin hitting .376. He's got 7 home runs, and he's been playing multiple positions. Jesus Montero, remember him, hitting .268. And he's got 7 home runs and 29 runs batted in. And those are the power leaders in Tacoma.
Hey, right through. Come on.
Xavier Avery hitting .285.
He's been swinging the bat better lately. That's good.
Kurt Suzuki 0 for 2 today. Second to Victor Martinez in batting in the American League starting this afternoon. Down the line, fair ball. Long throw, nicely done by Kyle Seager and Justin Smoke at the back end. Felix goes 1-2-3 after his boys give him a 2-run lead. Here at Target Field, where the Mariners and Twins enjoy a beautiful weather day. The Mariners trying to salvage a game in this series behind the king, Felix Hernandez. Got a couple timely hits. And Felix holding up his end, 4-2. Good crowd on hand here at Target Field, which capacity's 39,504. And that was right below that screen. That was the plaza area you were just looking at. This crowd looks like it's easily 30, maybe even 35,000 today. Robinson Cano to lead off here in the 7th.
I think it's the first day they've had where it's been 72 degrees to watch a ball game.
Yep. Yesterday was their first day in the 60s. And the good news, we're told it's opening week for fishing, so a lot of folks Definitely pleased to hear that news. Cano, Romero, and Smoke.
Robinson having a day, 2 for 3. He's driven in a run and scored a run.
And yet another example of a guy just missed a home run. Right?
Again, yeah.
What's it, about 4?
I think over the last week. And
solid smash. All he does is bang out hits.
This is a great example of keeping your hands inside the baseball. This is a fastball that's up and in. And he's so good at it. We talk about the screen drill that he does. This is the reason why. You can see he hits it back up the middle. Doesn't try to pull it. And we have such a great view. You can see it slice back into center field.
3 straight hits.
That right there is exceptional. Yeah, that's the reason why he's hit over 300 for his career.
For Stephen Romero, his second plate appearance, first time. Flied out to right back in the 5th. He took over for Corey Hart. He strained a hammy. A stolen base back in the 4th inning. Bar with a strike. 3rd pitcher today for Minnesota. Twins.
Go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say the Twins have won 3 in a row, each by a run, and the Mariners trying to end a 4-game losing streak.
I was just going to say with that base hit from Cano, he's pushed his average up to 314 now.
There we go. Cano started the day tied for 9th in batting, tied for 4th in hits. He's got 3 more hits here today. Gives him 53. See what Romero can do with a 3-1 pitch. With 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. Houston still in front of the White Sox, 8-2 down in Houston. Good looking day. Some of the clouds blotting out the sun for just a little bit, but it's been very pleasant here. Texas now 2-1 over Toronto down in Arlington in the 5th. Ground ball to Dozier at the front end, and Romero beats it out at the back end. Santana came across hard with a good strong throw. Romero beats it.
That was close play at first. Backhanded flip from Dozier. Cano gets out of the way. A strong throw.
Danny Santana, first appearance in this series at shortstop. Eduardo Escobar moved from short to 3rd. They took Plouffe, the 3rd baseman, and DH'd him today.
That'll bring up Justin Smoke. 0 for 2 today. Having a good series, 3 for 9. He'll get his first at bat hitting right-handed.
Romero back safely. Stephan 0 for 1 in base stealing. Mariners don't run much, as you know. 12th in the league, 16 out of 27. Interesting to see what Lloyd McClendon does here as we move further. A lot of rest here for Felix. Here's your horse. See how far he goes with him. But Lloyd did say that Farquhar, Leon, Rodney, and Furbush have had a little bit too much inactivity of late. So Rodney would definitely throw if necessary. He said, hey, not with the guy that's pitching today. Just, I hope all 4 of those guys are sitting on their butts at the end of the game.
Well, he's pitched well today, and his pitch count's in good shape, so we'll see. And as usual, going into Texas, they all seem to get a chance to pitch in that series. Those guys play some long games in Arlington.
Kyle Seager on deck. Kyle 1 for 3 with an RBI. A long fly ball to left center field. Outside corner strike for Smoke. Swing over 3-2. Three and two. Runner takes off. Pitch hammered left field. Down against the fence. Romero to third, and here he comes. The relay is not in time. RBI double. Justin Smoke got a 5-2 Mariner lead. Big Smokey with his 27th RBI, his 11th double. Good wheels by Romero scoring from first.
You take a look at the swing by Jesse. Gets a fastball middle and hits it hard down into the corner. Mariners have hit the ball hard today. They have 9 hits in the game, but a lot of their outs they've hit the ball hard, including Kyle Seager, who's going to step in. Kyle's lined out to center, had a base hit, and hit a ball about 410 feet for an out.
5-2 Mariner lead, looking for more. Mariners have scored 4 consecutive innings now.
Michael Tonkin getting loose in the pen for the Twins.
Mariner RBIs today. Saunders with 2, Cano with 1. 1 for Smoke and 1 for Seager. Kurt Suzuki needs to put out a video on how to block balls in the dirt.
He's pretty good.
Speed pitch fouled away. Smoke out at second with 1 out. Hernandez now with a 3-run cushion. Felix on the afternoon, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Giving up 2 runs on 5 hits. Strike 3 called. Dismissal of Seager. 2 outs here in the 7th. A run in, a man aboard. CenturyLink link to what's next. Here's what's coming up. Pitching matchups. You got Iwakuma against Colby Lewis, Chris Young against Nick Tepich in a quick 2-game series. It'll be a night game and a day game. All 1 to Ackley. Brandon Mowers, regular rotation spot skipped. He'll pitch in the Houston series once we get home.
Now Mariners able to do that with the off day tomorrow.
Breaking ball for strike. Oh, 2 strikes to Ackley. Base hit to center in the 6th. Scored on Saunders' sacrifice fly.
I think Dustin would like to have that pitch back. Breaking ball just hanging in the middle of the plate.
McClendon's team in front, trying to end this 4-game losing streak before heading off to Texas. And a chase pitch down low. Mariners do get a run on the RBI double by Smoke and leave a runner. Mariners have a 5-2 lead. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, Target Field. Felix Hernandez on the mound, about to throw here in the 7th inning against Jason Kubel, Eduardo Escobar, and Aaron Hicks, 6, 7, and 8. You got to be careful with this Minnesota ball club. On Gardenhire the other day and said, hey, feel like we're never out of the game. This team gets after it.
And they showed that against Boston, who was just in town.
That took 2 out of 3 from them, took 2 out of 3 at Detroit.
Kubel will lead off for the Twins. Mariners put the shift on Kyle Seager, the third baseman, around on the second base side of the diamond. Cano out on the outfield grass.
1-0 pitch, line drive, opposite field. Ackley gets to it, and we'll get it back in.
Kubel hit into the shift his last time up, and this time decides to go the other way. Gets a fastball and hits it hard, lines it right over Brad Miller's head.
Brings up third baseman Eduardo Escobar. Got an infield hit. He's 1 for 2. Phillies have turned one double play, got him out of the 5th inning. Strike one. Minnesota scored twice in the 3rd. They get on the board first. And then the Mariners have just pecked away. 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Ripped foul. 0-2.
And you're talking about the bullpen. Danny Farquhar, Charlie Furbush getting loose in the pen.
Swing and a miss.
He's trying to say that he fouled it.
There was a drop.
Adrian Johnson.
And he's gone.
Isn't buying.
Escobar, strikeout victim. Strikeout number 5 for Felix.
There's the changeup. I don't think he touched it.
So 1 out, 1 on. And bring up the 8-hole hitting center fielder Aaron Hicks. Walk, run scored, and a ground out. Paints that outside corner for strike 1. Bottom 3rd, Angels lead Tampa Bay 2-0. David Price on the mound again for Tampa Bay. 0-1 from Felix. Bouncing ball through the hole, base hit. First and second, 1 out.
Just a fastball, middle, trying to throw a strike. Finds a hole on the right side. Bring up Santana. Santana 1 for 2 with a run scored. Twins this afternoon 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Zunino going to make a trip out to the mound and have a conversation with Felix.
Five strikeouts, 1 walk for Felix this afternoon through 6 1/3.
And now Rick waits. I'm going to guess more than anything is give the bullpen a chance to get loose. Felix so far 82 pitches for Felix in the game, so he's fine on his pitch count. As you look at Charlie and now Medina throwing, it was Danny Farquhar, now Medina out.
Adrian Johnson coming out to break it up. Texas 2-1 over, make that now just now 2-2. Toronto and Texas 2-2 in the 6th. In Arlington, Angels 2-0 over Tampa Bay in the 3rd. Oakland closed out Cleveland 13-3. Swing and a miss. Smothered job there by Zunino. 1-1 to Santana. Maybe 2, tag. Throw, they get the double play. Yes, sir. All-star play by Robinson Cano. The double play. And Felix and the Mariners are out of trouble here in the 7th inning. He gets the tag on Hicks. And throw to first. Twin killing, 5-2 Mariners lead. Made famous by Prince in the movie Purple Rain. A lot of Seattle bands have played here at this venue. Some Spokane guys, Seattle guys. A lot of good rock and roll. Pearl Jam. You know what? Put a star up on the wall for Felix Hernandez. Through 7, a 5-2 lead. Trying to win his second game here at Target Field and his third game here in the state of Minnesota.
Michael Tonkin will take over for the Twins. Third reliever this afternoon for him. Mike Zunino will lead off.
Pitch inside. Fouled away by Mike.
15th appearance on the year. High ERA, 6.35 ERA. 8 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 11 and a third. High average to opponents, hitting .304 off of him.
Breaking ball misses. Tonkin, a big kid at 6'7", 220 out of Glendale, California. Lives in Palmdale, California now. Brother-in-law of Jason Kubel. Two Mariner lead, scored in each of the last 4 innings. Breaking ball hit foul. Tonkin, a 30th round pick in the 08 first year draft. 1-2. Ball 2-2 to Zunino. He'll be followed by Miller and James Jones. Shattered bat. Will it drop? It does. Base hit for Mike Zunino. First hit in the series. Good for him. Mariners team store, the Fan Dream Stakes contest. It's going on right now. You stop by any of the 5 convenient Mariner team stores to sign up. You're automatically entered to win one of 10 great prizes. And that includes authentic Mariners apparel, a photo with a player, or even a chance to throw out the first pitch. Stop by Mariners team store to enter. Bunt. Good one. Fielded by Maurer to the second baseman. Good sacrifice by Brad Miller. Job well done. And that's his first sacrifice of the season.
That was bunt when he first went to bunt it. As firm as it was, I knew it was going to get past the pitcher. I thought maybe he'd have a chance for a base hit. Those are the second baseman doing his job and hustled over to first so he could get the throw from Maurer. What a good sacrifice for Brad.
Well, the Mariners just their 5th sacrifice this season. Brings up James Jones. Ball and a strike to James. Fouled out the first, struck out, got an infield hit, stole a base, and scored in the 5th and walked in the 6th. One and two. One and two for Jones. And holding on to Suzuki's a strikeout victim. 2 outs. Fans, follow every Mariners game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replays, score stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Mariners.com today. Michael Saunders, 2 for 3, runs scored, 2 runs knocked in. Great series.
Six for 10 in the series. 6 for 10 has pushed his batting average up to 266 now. He's done some good work.
Nice stop by Tonkin. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They get Zunino aboard as the leadoff man, and he gets the second and no further. But the Mariners and Felix lead 5-2. Mariners lead it 5-2 as they look to get a game here in this series. Target Field, a little ballpark bio, not far from the Mississippi River. Here's a look at Target Field, opened in 2010. Statues of some of the all-time great Twins. Features 2 players wearing the uniforms, the Millers and the Saints. Favorite food. Replaces the late and not lamented Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, which will be the site of the new indoor stadium for the Vikings that is scheduled to open in 2016. Small footprint here, but they did a great job. Bunt. Felix has fielded 1 earlier today, and he's 2 for 2.
Take a look at the bunt by Dozier. It's a good bunt. He was able to kill it, but didn't get it quite close enough to the line. And Felix, bare hand, quick throw to first. Gets him by a step. Good play by Felix.
Gets a dangerous hitter out of the way for another one.
Yeah, Felix now at 87 pitches. It's like Furbush and Medina both up in the pen again for the Mariners. They were up last inning.
Off the plate for a ball. Dean on the left, Charlie on the right. Hauer 0 for 3, ground out, strikeout, hit into a double play. Strike right there, 1-1. Matt Guerrero getting ready. Breaking ball beats Maurer there, 1-2.
Felix still looks strong. That last fastball, 94 miles an hour.
Not bad.
Yeah, good snap on the breaking ball before that.
Ground ball right to Cano. So 2 outs. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Trevor Plouffe. And after we leave Target Field, get on a good old jet airliner and head down to Arlington, Texas. Second trip. Take on the Rangers. Just a 2-game series. Globe Life Park in Arlington. And to the left is where Cowboys Stadium is.
Be what, a little over 2-hour flight for the guys?
Yep. That weight that Felix lost when he had the bout with the flu. Well, I tell you what, it seems to be, it's back, and as Lloyd McClendon talked about, you know, his eyes have been clear the last couple of starts. And Zunino had it. Seager had that flu. Felix lost about 9 pounds. Got his rhythm and timing back. Trevor Plouffe drove in the first 2 runs of the ballgame in the 3rd inning with a 2-out single to center. Two and one. Low, 3 and 1. Three and 1, 2 outs. Fly ball right field, backs up Saunders a little bit. It looks nice, clean 8th inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Twins, and the King 8 innings and a 5-2 lead. Today, and make sure you tune in next Tuesday, May 20th, when the Mariners travel to Texas to face the Rangers. Action begins with the pregame show starting at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, followed by the first pitch at 5:05. All Tuesday games this season, they are presented by T-Mobile. And that WNBA game going on this afternoon, Minnesota Lynx against the Connecticut Suns. It'll be the second game of the year. Felix threw 8. Good work here as Cano fouls a pitch back against the latest reliever out of the pen for Minnesota, Matt Guerrero, in his second tour of duty, reacquired back on May 8th. Cano having a fabulous day. Hits in his last 3 at bats, 3 for 4, an RBI and a run scored.
And that look of Felix looked like he was done for the afternoon. Rodney starting to get loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Matt Guerrero spent his first 8 years here with Minnesota, 3 years with the Dodgers, most recently with the Cubs. And Cano went fishing.
Strong outing for Felix. Only the 4th appearance of the year for him. ERA right at 3. Only pitched 3 innings.
Look at this, another base hit. They just keep on coming off the bat of Robinson Cano. 4 hits in his last 4 at bats for the day, 4 for 5.
Similar to the hit that he had his last time up pitch, going to try to go back inside, but staying inside the baseball. That one actually ran out on the plate for him. But it lines it back up the middle.
Here's Stephen Romero, who just joining us. He entered the game back in the 4th. Corey Hart had walked and stole second, and about 3/4 of the way down the second in that stolen base, you could see the hamstring go on him. Strained left hamstring. He slid in safely with the second stolen base. Romero was brought on to run for him. Since then, Stephen's fly to right and reached in the fielder's choice and scored.
Well, it explains why with Corey it was an awkward looking slide in the second when we were watching the play live, and both feet were basically straight, and it looked like, and we saw the replay of it, saw him pull up about halfway down there. He was just protecting that hamstring, so hopefully he was able to do that, and he's not going to miss too much time.
Laid down a bunt. Cano to second. Throw, and a good footwork by Mauer. Third baseman Escobar making the play.
Really good bunt. Good sacrifice. Get some high fives from the guys in the dugout. And he gave himself a chance to get a hit, but he squares around early, which is what you want to do. Get the bat at the top of the strike zone. And then he drops it right down the line. Good bunt. Good play by Escobar.
Smoke with an RBI double to left field last time up as a right-hand hitter. That was against Tealbar. Bouncing ball down to Mauer. Taking himself. Cano to third. 2 outs.
That will bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle's 1 for 4 with an RBI. Had a base hit in the 4th inning to drive in a run.
Fernando Rodney out to take over. Felix Hernandez, 8 outstanding innings. And that's going to score the run. So a 6-2 Mariner lead. Wild pitch.
Ball ended up rolling down into the Mariner dugout. Second run scored by Cano. Take a look at it. We mentioned it earlier in the game. Suzuki's getting a workout behind home plate, and he just wasn't able to keep that one in front of him.
Another run on the board. 6-2 Mariners. 2-1 to Seager. Reason to smile. Cano's hit the ball hard today. 4 straight hits to center field. And Maurer will take care of that. Fernando Rodney. Lloyd McClendon said he wanted to get his closer some work. It's been 5 days since his last appearance. He's going to come in with a 6-2 lead in the ninth. State Fish here in Minnesota. Fish on a stick, you know it. Come here to a ball game at Target Field. Have at it, boys. Have at it. And there we go. That's how they do it here in Minneapolis. Felix Hernandez in line to get his second consecutive win. He performed quite well today.
Good afternoon. You can see the sharp break on his curveball. Found the changeup again. He had a quality changeup today. Was able to pick up some strikeouts on that pitch, but I like this, the fastball. Good fastball today. Was at 94 miles an hour. And that was in the 8th inning when he threw the fastball 94 and helped himself fielding his position a couple of times this afternoon. So overall a good outing for Felix. Good to see him healthy back on the mound. He pitched well. 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 runs they were earned, just 1 walk again, 5 strikeouts for Felix. He threw 97 pitches in this one. With a 4-run lead, he will turn it over to Fernando Rodney. Rodney, 11 saves on the year. This is not a save opportunity for him. 3.31 ERA in 16 1/3. He has 22 strikeouts. Good fastball. He'll be 95, 97 miles an hour with his fastball. His changeup 80 to 82.
Rodney, first pitch is a strike. Chris Parmalee, Rodney's first appearance since Monday. He blew a lead. That gem thrown by Iwakuma and wound up being tagged with the loss. That was against Tampa Bay. Gave up a leadoff homer to David DeJesus and a Matt Joyce RBI single. Pop up out of play. All 2 strikes. Parmalee, Suzuki, and Kubel 4, 5, and 6 for the Twins. One and two. Veteran closer from La Samana in the Dominican Republic. Pitch. Couldn't get it. 2-2.
Missed with a changeup down. 82 miles an hour on his changeup.
Two pitch. Runs off the plate, full count. Kurt Suzuki on deck. Struck him out, high heat, one down.
Good fastball right at the top of the strike zone, 94 miles an hour.
Here's Suzuki, second to Victor Martinez in batting starting today. So he looks at a strike. Easy ground ball to Brad Miller. 2 down.
That's what you like to see. May get the first couple hitters out. Easy ground ball for Brad on that one.
Jason Kubel, 1 for 3. Strikeout, ground out the third, single to left.
Rodney waiting for him to get the shift on. Put the shift on with Kubel the entire game. Kyle Seager, the third baseman, moved around over to the second base side of the infield. Cano's moved out towards the outfield grass. Kubel had a base hit to left field his last time up in a line drive right over Brad Miller's head.
1-0 to Kubel. One. Solid smash to center. 2-hit day for Kubel. And I'll bring up Escobar, switch hitter.
He's able to get on top of a high fastball, 94 miles an hour, right on the outside corner.
Escobar with a fly to right and infield, hitting a strikeout today. (6-2) Mariner lead. They've banged out 11 hits. There's ball one. That hit by Kubel, the 8th hit by Minnesota today. Earned RBIs today. Michael Saunders with 2. Cano had a great day with an RBI and 4 hits. Mike Zunino got a base hit. Smoke and Seager also drove in runs. 2-0. Taking all the way. 2-1. McClendon's team a couple of strikes away from ending a 4-game losing streak. Two-1 to Escobar, right down Broad Street. 2-2.
Change up 82 miles an hour, right in the middle of the plate.
Two out. Man at first. Pitch from Rodney. High fastball, full count.
Best fastball so far from Rodney at 95.
Osmel Pinto on deck. Rodney would rather not see him till the Minnesota Twins come to play the Mariners at Safeco Field. 3-2 pitch. Rolled over on it. Cano will take care of it. Throws it. Smoking, that'll do it. Mariners win the ball game 6-2. They end a 4-game losing streak. Felix Hernandez wins back-to-back ball games, and hitting heroes Saunders, Cano, Smoke, Seager. A lot of good work here today.
Well, it was great to see Felix, first of all, go out and look like he was healthy for the first time in probably his last 2 or 3 starts. Gives up 2 runs in this one, but again, just 1 walk. He's really done a good job keeping his walks down this year. Goes 8 innings, giving up 7 hits through 97 pitches. Rodney gets an inning's worth of work with Saunders. What a series he ended up having. 6 for 10 in the series. So it was good to see the Mariners offense rolling, but a lot of production with Jones and Saunders at the top of the order in this series, even though the Mariners end up just going 1 and 2 here.
Jones and Saunders has a nice little ring.